When it comes to finding new manga to read, I do have a couple different avenues that I like to go down. One of them being Twitter. Oftentimes, now that I'm a little bit more active on Twitter, that is usually when I hear news of brand new up and coming manga series. So, Twitter is a good one, but there is also browsing on Surugaya. I find older series that I wouldn't typically search out for. And then we have the online manga sites. And for a long while, I had only been using Amazon Japan because they have a program where they have free to read manga. And basically every day, they refresh and change out all of the manga that you can read for free. And that was how I had been doing it for a long while. But the majority of manga that they have that are free to read are older or indie series. Nothing wrong with either, but I wanted to be able to read some new series as well. I had recently also begun using Comic Days, which is a website that you can read not even chapter by chapter, but it's like a third of a chapter by a third of a chapter. And they'll offer the first couple thirds for free. And then with everything beyond that, you have to use coins or like you have to pay like $1.50, something like that. But like last week, I also discovered a new app called Pixiv, and it's Pixiv Comic. So it's different than like the English like art website. And this one has a whole bunch, like more than a person could ever read in their life, catalog of manga that are free to read that refresh every month or so. And I wanted to talk about all of these series that I sampled last week. A lot of them, I only sampled the first chapter, but I was able to download the full first volume. But this is a really, really good way for me, at least, to be able to decide if I want to like actually buy the physical for a series. Because I really should be, I don't have a lot of room anymore. I really should be deciding, like, okay, do I love this enough to get the physical, or should I just do the digital? So by reading the first chapter, usually I can decide if I'm gonna love something on the physical, or if I'm just gonna like something and I'll be able to settle for the digital. So let's take a look at what I read. The first one is called Kimi to koete koi ni naru. This one, the English is our with you, our love will make it through. It does currently have an anime. I know I am so slow to the train. I had genuinely no interest in this series at all when I first saw it because it's also referred to as the dog anime. And that just kind of threw me off. So I didn't think anything of it, but I saw it was free to sample. So I figured, why not? So I read the first chapter, and it was a lot cuter than I actually expected. It talks about in a society a long time ago, government did an experiment where basically these like beast humans, I'll say, were born. So now in this world, there are humans and beast humans. They both live in two different, completely different societies. As far as I know, humans don't really enter the beast human society, but in recent years, beast humans have been entering human society more and more. And so, in order for the beast humans to be able to better like get accustomed to interacting with humans and vice versa, the government has implemented a program where at least one, maybe a couple, beast human teenagers will enter a human high school. And so it's set at that human high school. All of the kids are a little bit iffy with studying alongside a beast human because they think like they're beasts. So they're scary, they're strong, they're aggressive. And like there are undertones of racism in this one. And we follow a girl, or what's the word? Our heroine, as she meets this beast human, and they like basically fall in love right from the moment their eyes lock. And it talks about their story. It's very shoujo-esque. Like their first meeting is very like you look at it, you don't have to know this is a shoujo series. You look at their first meeting and you're like, okay, like that's a that's a shoujo meet cute. Like, okay. And it's just nice. I do know it gets a little spicy. Personally, I do not like spice in my manga, so we'll see if I can get over the fact that the male lead has a dog head, and if it doesn't get all that spicy, I do think I'll like this one. But this is one I'm going to be reading digitally, slowly. I don't see myself watching the anime. Just I'm a manga girly. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get the physical for that one. Next one I read is a dessert series called Kurasu no Inkyara ni Kareshi no Sainou ga Arisugiru. This one is another one. well, I did have interest in it at first because it's a dessert series, but this one I did read like the first couple pages of it through Amazon. Decided I didn't like it. I thought it was a shallow series, so I just wrote it off. Saw that Mixif had it for free, so I read the full first chapter and I actually gave it my undivided attention. Second time around, I did like it a lot more. This one tells the story of a girl in high school who had a middle school boyfriend. They ended up having to go long distance because they went to two different high schools away from their hometown. The second, basically, they moved to high school, he ghosted her. She didn't realize she had been dumped until he began posting pictures of his new girlfriend on social media. Really, really upset, she figures, okay, like, I'm going to make him regret this. I need to make him jealous. That night, she goes home, taking out the garbage. Things start to fall on her. The most handsome, beautiful man in the world saves her. Like, it's like a very, very shoujo-esque meet cute. Only this, like, super duper handsome, beautiful man is like the nerdy kind of loser from her classroom. Only difference is he's taken his glasses off. So glasses on, big loser, can't talk to girls, like don't even look at him. Glasses off. Oh my god, like he could be like a sculpture. He's beautiful. But he's still nervous around women. He doesn't realize that he's gorgeous basically. And she asks him like please pretend to be my boyfriend so that we can make my ex jealous. He agrees. They go to her hometown, go to a festival. They don't even see her ex-boyfriend, but they do go on a date and it's cute. And from there, she is able to let her boyfriend go. And then where will it go with this new guy? We don't know because that's where the chapter ended. And I think it's cute. This is another one though I would do digitally, not physically, because I do think it is still like a tiny bit shallow. I don't like the I don't love, I guess, the entire premise of it. Even like it doesn't matter if he's beautiful without glasses and kind of nerdy looking with glasses. Like he still has value as a human being. Like what? So I will continue it, but like cautiously. Okay, next one I read is called Yakuza ni Ofurou de Hatarakasaretemasu. This is a Yakuza romance, and if you know me, you know there's nothing I love more than a good Yakuza romance. And this one is really fun. It tells the story of a girl who grew up in a single father household, best dad in the world. She wants to be an artist. He goes, okay, girl, like you're going to go be the best artist in the world. Sends her to the big city to go to art school. She graduates. And for like 10 years, she does nothing with that degree. She's working in corporate Japan. She's super depressed, thinking, like, what am I doing with my life? Her dad passes away. So she's extra sad now, goes back home to her father's familial bathhouse, is the word, to their bathhouse. And she's cleaning things up, goes outside, sees a man passed out. She brings him into the bathhouse, kind of nurses him back to health. And then he introduces himself as her father's benefactor. And he explains that her father borrowed an unimaginable amount of money from the Yakuza. And now that he's gone, she has to pay it back. And oh, by the way, he is the Yakuza member, kind of entrusted to make sure that the money's paid back. So he'll be staying with her at the bathhouse to make sure that she pays the money back in full. And that's the gist of it. I like it. I mean, I would hate it if it was actually a real scenario happening to me, but I like reading about it when it's happening to somebody else. And this is one I also don't see myself buying physically, but I am very much enjoying it digitally, so I will be continuing this. Another one, I read the first chapter because I'm mad that I haven't been able to get the physical yet. And it's called Oshiete Shitsuji-kun. And I've talked about this so much, literally on all of my socials. I really, really want the physical for this. So friggin' bad. It's a dessert series about a rich only daughter who is in love with her butler. He's a couple years older than her. During their first meeting, he was the first person in her life to really call her out on her being like a spoiled brat. And from there, she was hooked. Now that she's in high school, she's basically telling him, like, I love you every day. And he's very nonchalant about it. He's like, okay, yeah, I get it. And their dynamic is just really, really cute. And I really like it. It's not like the most groundbreaking series in the world, but I really like it. And I think the fact that I want the physical and I can't get the physical is making me want it even more. Like, maybe I won't like it as much when I finally get my hands on it. Also, like, side note, I did finally get to order the physical finally. I found it on Surugaya. 3 weeks ago. Okay, 3 weeks ago. More than 3 weeks ago, actually, because it's the weekend. Ordered it. I was so excited. And typically, Surugaya ships out your order within a couple days. 3 weeks, and they didn't even fully accept the order because of the postal strike. And I was finally able to get a refund. Kind of. I was able to request a refund. I'm just really upset about everything. Nothing bad on Surugaya. Just it's a postal strike. Like I got it. But a couple nights yesterday night, I saw they had it back on stock on Amazon Japan. And normally I don't do my physical orders on Amazon Japan because it's so shipping is really expensive. But I want this book. So I ordered it from Amazon Japan yesterday. Like I ordered a couple other things too to make it worth it. And it's coming tomorrow. Finally. Thank you, Amazon Japan, for having me back. All right, moving on. Next one that I got is called Koushakusama Akusai no Watashi wa mou Hotteoitekudasai. This is another one that I bought physically yesterday to make the order worth it. This is a story. We have a female lead villainess with long pink hair and the male lead who hates her with white hair. And there's something about that dynamic that it gets me every time. So, female lead, she transmigrated into the body of the villainess. Before she entered the body, the villainess was awful, wreaking havoc. She has really, really powerful healing abilities, and she uses them to get her way with like literally everything. So, for example, the male lead has a very sick mother. The villainess says, okay, like I can heal her so easily if you marry me. And he wants to save his mother, obviously, so they get married. She's happy. He hates her, but she's still happy. So, female lead enters the body of the villainess, realizes, like, I'm in the world of a book that I've read but don't really remember. So she's getting her bearings. She sees her beautiful husband who hates her, gets a little bit scared, tries to remember everything that she can. And she's kind of like, she remembers some things from the book, but not everything. And that's like really, really unfortunate for her. So, for example, she remembers that she has an older brother who is very, very kind and doting on her now, but will turn his back on her when he learns her big secret. Not just the fact that she's transmigrated into the body. She has the villainess has a big secret. And so she's trying to take advantage of the fact that her brother is so kind to her now. And she's being sweet on him, trying to like use that to her advantage. But she doesn't realize that her brother is like he is kind to her, but he's like quite obsessed with her to like a kind of a weird degree. So she knows some things about the story, but not to a point where it helps her, almost to a point where it harms her because she isn't fully aware of all the complex relationships that she has. And we follow her as she tries to navigate things. There are in chapter 1 there's 3 big mysteries introduced. So like it has me hooked. There's I want to know what happens basically. Okay, and I think I read one. Yeah, one more that I really, really liked, and I really wanted the physical, but it's digital only. What the heck? And this one is called, it has a long title. 婚約者に選ばれなかったので、死神さんと運命を変えてみせます。This one's really, really interesting. It talks about female lead in an aristocratic world. She has a fiance who is like openly cheating on her. Like he's the worst fiance in the entire world. He's openly cheating on her, sees the affair partner while they're out at a mixer one day, and just leaves her to chill with his affair partner. She's left alone. Her family or her childhood friend comes to talk to her. Childhood friend tells her, your fiance sucks. She goes, I'm happy he's happy. Like she's kind of, she lets things happen. She's very passive with everything. Family friend leaves her alone. She takes a sip of her drink, passes out, poisoned. Not just her though, the affair partner, the other woman also drinks poison, passes out. Her fiance apparently has the power to heal poison victims, but he only had time to heal one of the two, and he chose the affair partner, not his fiance. So we wake up, kind of, in our female lead's room to her watching herself in a coma. So her soul has left her body, and she's looking at her comatose self. She's very, very confused, like what happened? And a mysterious dark-haired man appears who ends up being a shinigami, or like a god of death, a grim reaper, that sort of thing. I refer to him as a grim reaper. And he explains to her, like, hey girl, you got poisoned. You have 3 days, and then I will take your soul. And at first she tells him, you know what, like somebody hates me enough to poison me. My fiance doesn't really care about me. Take my soul now. but it's revealed that the childhood friend has been in love with her, and that's enough for her to be like, actually, no, I want to live, which is like kind of weak willed. Like, you should live for yourself, not for a man, but whatever. And so she wants to live now. She has 3 days. And the Grim Reaper explains to her that because the affair partner was also poisoned, but was healed so easily, so quickly, it doesn't make sense that the poison that you both ingested is killing you and like did nothing to her basically. And he like insinuates that probably there's something else at play that's keeping you comatose. Like, we have 3 days, why not figure it out? Like, let's do some detective work. And so her in her soul form and the Grim Reaper go around trying to figure out exactly what happened to her. And he bestows upon her a power that lets her soul enter the bodies of other humans. So she's able to interact with other people in other people's bodies. And it's just really interesting. It's really, really fun. The Grim Reaper is just a really fun guy. He like is clearly enjoying this. I guess it's boring in the world of death. And the female lead is kind of naive, I'll say. And so he helps her realize, like, your fiance was cheating on you. Like, he clearly hated you, like, girl. And she provides him entertainment. So they have a mutually beneficial relationship because she really did think that he liked her even though he was cheating on her. I found that to be a little bit annoying. But I really want the physical because I'm so intrigued. This is such a unique, like, aristocrat story. It's not a reincarnation story, it's just like a fantasy story. And I think it's really, really interesting. And I want the physical. But yeah, I do have a lot downloaded. A lot of them are about to expire, and I don't think I'm going to read everything. Oh, yeah, one I downloaded already expired, and I didn't read it. So, for the rest of today at least, I will be reading.